I'm Jesse from Happy Tiger Gaming, and I sell Pokemon cards. I sell TCG. I sell Magic the Gathering. No one's talking about the latest Pokemon set, White Flare Black Bolt, in the light that it deserves. This is crazy. And you guys already know that you know, yeah, there's scalpers. Yeah, people buy stuff with bots. You don't get what's happening right now. And I don't know why people aren't talking about it. I've never seen things like this before. We're going to have to get into it because no one gets this. I sell for under MSRP the latest set. I'm the only guy that does it. I don't get a lot of allocations because I don't make a lot of money, obviously. But what I do get, I sell for under MSRP. And when I say that, by the way, I don't mean it's under MSRP and then you pay the tax and then you pay the shipping. No, I'm including shipping. And you don't got to pay sales tax on my website, unless you're from Pennsylvania. That's the only state. So when I say I sell for under MSRP, legitimately, this is a digital marketing strategy certification from Harvard Business School Online. I'm not a dummy. I actually have a strategy. But we need to get into this set because it's insane what I have to do and what's happening right now. So let's start with Nostalgianomics. He's another Pokemon YouTuber. In fact, he's 500, probably 1 million times more popular than me by the numbers. People are cooking him because they don't like his personality or something. They don't like that he talks about investing and the money side of it a lot, I guess. Because he talks about the money side, but not like the hobby side. And I think that's what rubs people the wrong way. But you gotta understand, I can buy Black Bolt for under 10. I can buy White Flare for under 9 right now, packs. I went into his stream because I study these people. I studied him live streaming. I went into his stream and I saw him selling these packs. I think it was $13 a pack. It might have been 11. I know it was a weird number. I think it was $13 a pack. And guess what? This is not what I expected. His community was super nice. His community was super hype about it. He was opening the packs and then sending the hits, however you do it with the rip and ships. I want to do an ethical rip and ship, by the way. I think I can do a rip and ship for under MSRP, including shipping. I'm pretty sure I found a way to do it. That's later. I can get into that later. His community's super not toxic. Then you take me. I sell, for example, Destin Rivals, $3.99. I keep talking about it. In my community, not the YouTubers, but like the people in my email list get super pissed. Because they go in, they get the email and they open it in like an hour and I'm already sold out because people jump on that deal because they're doubling their money immediately. Why wouldn't they? And then my community, they email me back. They're super toxic. They called me a scammer. I mean, literally people are rating me. People tag me with pictures of them opening it. It doesn't matter. People are like, you're a scammer, blah, blah, blah. I went to your website and it said sold out. And I was only 4 hours late. So how does it make sense that you sold out in 4 hours? Well, gee, maybe that's how many people clicked, right? So they're very toxic towards me and mean. And that makes me rethink my drop strategy, that maybe I'll just silently drop it. I don't know yet, but that's what this set's going to do because I've never seen something where the ETB that just came out is above 90. What is that? $92. $91 for the Black Bolt Elite Trainer box. It just came out, not even a week ago? You take Obsidian Flames. This came out in 2023. 100. This is 2 years older. There is less of this. This is never going to be reprinted. I get it. It's not a specialty set. I get it. But $100 is crazy. Because people remember seeing it on the shelf for 50 and they have a price memory. And even though this is out of print, people are still opening it every week, until there's going to be almost nothing. And then one day the market's finally going to correct and it's going to be $300 and people are going to cry. But how is something that just came out? It just came out and it's only $10 under something that's almost 2 years old. This is going to get reprinted a bunch. White Flare and Black Bolt are going to get reprinted. Obsidian Flame will never be reprinted again. It's just crazy. The pricing doesn't make sense. What? An Obsidian Flame's 100. And they have this Charizard. This is moderately played for 51. It's actually going to be about $60 for the near mint. But okay, it has a $60 Charizard in it. These are hard to find in near mint. It kinda. I don't exactly know the pull rates, but let's look at some of these cards. Zekrom is at 430 bucks. This set just came out. Its hit is $430. Imagine the PSA 10 price. Like, this is like putting the Moonbryon to shame. The prismatic Moonbryon to shame. And how many are actually being sold? 430 bucks for the Zekrom. 430 bucks for the Victini. Where is this price coming from, dude? Where are you mathematically deciding that this is the price where the market meets the supply and the demand meet? 430. Where is the logic? Does it make sense with the pull rates? Does it make sense? Like, is it logical? I don't see it. This is so expensive, dog. Who is buying these up right now? Well, if you look at 1 month, just on TCG Player, total sold 6. Zekrom, not 12 a day. Wait a minute. 12 sold total. So is that a shout out to how rare these cards actually are and how low the pull rates are? Because if Pokemon did it right and these cards are actually really rare, then brother, you have a $100 Elite Trainer box, not even, and you can pull a $400 card of a $400 card. Actually, more than 400. You got the Zekrom EX. This version, 200. That's damaged. What about near mint? Let's look up. No one sold. Total sold on TCG Player 0. This is Japanese. Lightly played, lightly played. Here's a near mint for $269. Is that how low the pull rates are on this? That 260 bucks for this Zekrom. What about this one? We got Ents Plan from Black Bolt. Near mint, almost 100 bucks. It's a non-waifu, which I always thought was weird. It's a non-waifu trainer card, but I guess En was a popular guy. I know he had the Zoroark. It's a nice full art. I like the background. It looks cool, and I think it's actually usable. Move up to 2 energy cards from... Move up to 2 energy from your benched Pokemon to your active. Okay, that's very usable. Look at this. 68 bucks. That's near mint. That's strange that that's so low. How many of this was sold? 6? This must be easier to pull. More of this was pulled. More of this was sold. What about this Reshiram EX? Okay. Near mint, $461. Do you understand? This rarity actually means something. It's not like the gold Pokeballs that you could get for 10 bucks. You know, because I had a bunch of them back in the day. I love that I could get the gold trainer cards. They were gold, and you could get them for like 10, 15 bucks. This is a rarity that means something. You got this Reshiram EX. This version's 200 also. 200 bucks. $460. We're creeping up towards $500 for a single card in a set that just came out. Brother, do you realize how crazy that is? Explain the prices to me. Then you take, again, Obsidian Flames is the set that I'm kind of like comparing it to. Random set. Came out August 11th, 2023, Obsidian Flames. It has a Charizard, 50 bucks. Full art. That's nice. But these are a little cooler than full art. This is cool. The red one. Where's the red one? A little fly hit me. Victini. That is cool. I would love to see somebody competitively use this, but I would never put a $400 card in my deck and then shuffle it. I don't care if they're Ultra Pro. I don't care if they're Dragon Shield. I don't care if I'm triple sleeving that. I'm not shuffling this Victini in my deck ever. You got Crown Zenith. Crown Zenith. When did Crown Zenith come out? Let's look. I actually have the proof right here. Crown Zenith came out January 2023. So almost 3 years old. It's 175 bucks, $180, and you have one that just came out, creeping on 100. So at least that makes sense. But these ETBs are insane. So what do you think's going to happen to the price of the Pokemon Center versions? What do you think's going to happen to them? They are the premier product of any specialty set is the Pokemon Center Elite Trainer Box. Let's take a look. Black Bolt Pokemon Center Elite Trainer Box. right now, this just came out. $169. 11 packs. $169 and 11 packs. And you see the dip. Yes, it dipped. Everything dips on release. I don't care, because pre-orders are always artificially high. So you always see a dip. And what happens after that dip is what matters when you look at price action like me. Average sold daily 8. Interesting. Total sold 235. I didn't know I was sitting on $300 back here just with those 2 little props that I grabbed. That Pokemon Center, by the way, shipped in a dirty box with one upside down that looked like the box was kicked in. The dirtiest box. I would never ship that unprofessionally. No bubble wrap either, because Pokemon Center assumes this is the protection. This is the protection, and what you want is what's inside, right? I would never assume that. I would always assume that anybody who buys from me, they want whatever it is, even the container, in pristine condition, right? To the point where if like micro tears in plastic are a little too big, I won't even sell it. I'll rip it. And now when you're me, when you're a seller who has an active email community, who I do the email, I'm like, right now, literally the headline says, Black Bolt MSRP, click now. And they'll open the email, they'll click on the link, and then they can literally buy it for MSRP. When I do that, I get so much hate. And I literally, it's like negative equity. It's literally makes my brand look bad. If I try to sell this for $55 or $60, including shipping, including sales tax, $60, I would literally get more hate than if I silently sold it on TCG Player. And guess what? If I sold this for $60, I would make 60 minus 9 for shipping, right? That's what I would make. Of course, minus the cost of the box too. 60 minus, so about $51 minus the cost of the box. Don't worry about my cost. That's my own thing. Whereas if I sold on TCG Player, it's $170 times 0.86. That's after TCG Player's fee is taken out, minus maybe 8 or 9 for the shipping. And now I'm still netting $137. Nobody hates me, and I get $137. Or I get 20 angry emails on subscribers, and somebody dislikes my YouTube channel, and I get 50. So you do the thing that doesn't help the community. You know what I mean? Like, make it make sense. So as a seller, what do I do here? It's like Nostalgianomics, the guy that was selling the packs for way too much, in my opinion, had a very non-toxic community. But if you, in retail, there is this thing where if you cater to people who want the most value, they are traditionally harder to deal with customers because they want their value. They want that. They value value. Whereas if you cater to people that have way too much money to blow, you can actually make mistakes and they don't care. They actually care less. That's a retail thing. That's not a Pokemon thing. That's a retail thing. So, you know, I could just cater to that crowd and I could maybe make a mistake and they don't care. Or I cater to my crowd, I do everything perfect, and people get mad I didn't have enough supply, which is out of my control. I had to fight tooth and nail for my supply at my price. I had to make crazy business decisions. You know, I have a stack of, I'm not even getting into it. But just understand that this is a little crazy. What's happening with this price is crazy. If I were you guys, I would analyze the EV of this, and not the Pokemon EV, the expected value of how many packs do I open on average to get this Victini, or this Zekrom, or this Zekrom, or Entsplan, or Kyurem, am I pronouncing that right? EX, or Reshiram EX, or Reshiram EX. Those 7 or 8 cards. What's the expected value? How many packs do I have to open to get one of these? And what's the average cost of that amount of packs? And am I going to come out ahead or not? Because if you're breaking even, then you should open every pack because it's just way more fun. If you're breaking even anyway, you're not losing money. And it's way easier if you do want to sell. It's easier to ship a card than to ship a pack, right? It's just easier, in my opinion, right? Man, and you get to open them. And if you're a content creator, that's free content, right? So Nostalgianomics makes money off the packs he sells, and he makes money off of ad revenue, off of the videos he can make from opening them, plus any strategy he gains, any knowledge he gains from opening that many packs, he also gets to make videos on. He gets to make more intelligent business decisions, right? So there's like a method to his madness. And I get why people are roasting him. Again, I get it. And he called that Kira chick ugly. Which the second I heard him say that, he's like, some ugly chick called, okay, get off of YouTube, bro. We don't need that. Like, now I can't take a side even if I wanted to, because you're calling people ugly now. Dog, you have a channel. You have a channel about Pokemon cards. Okay? Don't call someone ugly. You're a doofus. We're all doofuses here. Chill, bro. But anyway, back to the set. There's two schools of thought. This set was super underprinted, I believe. By what happened with the allocations, I believe it was super underprinted. But I also think there's less demand for this set than people expected. I think most of the people buying it up are scalpers and flippers, and that's fine. Whatever. They can do whatever they want, right? I get that some scalpers even get my stuff because I sell cheaper than Walmart. Why wouldn't they? I get it. It just happens. Can't stop it. You can't stop it, and I can't stop it. But what are we going to do? I think the play is honestly for someone like me to get my value out of this quick and not hold them. Get my value, sell all of my supply on TCG players silently, at least with the Premier product. Maybe I could put booster bundles on my website and I'll get hate for that. But for my Premier product, maybe I'll get money off of that, and then I could pay off the eBay card, and then I can make all these other decisions that make me more money, and then eventually I'll get so many allocations that I can actually provide real value, and maybe people won't hate me, because right now, if you sell for MSRP or less, you got bought out, and people hate you. It happened to PokeNE. It happened to him. When Journey Together came out, he had this whole campaign. He built like a 100, 200,000 email list, way bigger than mine. He's like, I will sell this for MSRP, which is more expensive than what I sold it for. But no, it's not. Journey Together, I wasn't doing the MSRP thing yet. So he actually, good job on him. But he sold that for MSRP, and he had such little supply and so many people on the email list that all he got was hate. Then he made a video saying, okay, I get it. I get why people like Rudy from Alpha Investments sells for so high now. It all makes sense. Because he gets less hate for just openly making money than someone trying to do the right thing, right? So what do? Am I going to enter my villain arc? You guys let me know in the comments below. What do you think of this video? Let me know. Comment, like, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff. Okay, bye now. Bye. Subscribe. Bye. I don't know the answer. Okay, bye.